Hal Ginsberg is a state organizer with Our Revolution Baltimore? Maryland, with the state. And I'm so delighted to have Hal Ginsberg with us today to talk about the importance of us being involved actively in the democratic process in order to support progressive policies, many of which that you've heard today. Put your hands together for Hal Ginsberg.
Thank you so much, Dr. Coates, and good afternoon and happy Labor Day. Let me first take this opportunity to convey my appreciation again to the Reverend Dr. Coates and Dr. Tamika Sparks for the honor of speaking to this wonderful crowd. As a state organizer for Our Revolution Maryland, I am so proud and so thankful that we have forged a partnership with the Mount Ennon Baptist Church to participate in essential events like the March for Full Employment and Economic Justice. On this secular holiday, Labor Day, the first Monday after the first Sunday in September, nothing could be more fitting than a church-led march from the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial to the Federal Reserve Headquarters, from the sacred to the profane. Throughout his extraordinary but tragically brief career, Dr. King championed the oppressed, the persecuted, the downtrodden. Civil rights is his greatest legacy, brought about by his dedication to the cause of equal rights under law for African Americans. But we should not forget that he also fought to end our military adventures in Vietnam and elsewhere, and for just pay, working conditions, and treatment for all working people. Indeed, an assassin took his life when he was in Memphis, standing up for striking workers. We owe a profound debt to Dr. King and to our other civil rights heroes, including Rosa Parks, Thurgood Marshall, John Lewis, Malcolm X, and many, many others. Some whose names are lost to history. They made America a better place, but their work, our work, is not yet done.
That's right.
To be frank, I am not a fan, particularly of Secretary Hillary Clinton. But she did make a point that we should bear in mind during the 2008 primaries against then Senator Obama. She said that Dr. King's dream began to become a reality because we had a president who said we were going to do it and actually got it accomplished. It was fair, in my view, to criticize Secretary Clinton for minimizing the contributions of Dr. King, Rosa Parks, Justice Marshall, and the other leaders. But her underlying point was valid. We do need a president who is on our side, or at a minimum is not against us. We do need a Congress that will pass stronger civil rights laws, and a president who will sign and enforce them. We need a Congress that protects working people and the environment, that guarantees health care and levels the playing field. That is not what we have today. The president is against us. The Senate Majority Leader couldn't care less about our concerns.
That's true.
And dare I say, there are top Democratic leaders who too often side with big corporations.
Right.
They allow them to charge usurious interest rates for students and payday loans. They allow them to compromise the environment our children will inherit. They embroil us in wars halfway around the globe in order to protect or grow corporate profits. We can only change this dynamic by voting for the best candidate in every single election, including, especially perhaps, Democratic primaries. My good friend Dr. Gomez discussed Medicare for All. If you agree with him that health care is or should be a human right, then make sure to vote for candidates in federal and state elections who share that value.
That's right.
Professor Andres Bernal just shared with us why we must implement a federal jobs guarantee and support the Green New Deal and other crucial public priorities. If you agree, be sure to vote for candidates who feel the same way.
That's right.
I'm getting to the end, I promise. Now, it's not always that easy to determine who those great candidates are. Some are whispering sweet nothings in our ear, while private prison operators, payday loan scammers, and gun manufacturers are slipping big checks into their wide open back pockets. So how can we separate the Republicans in Democratic clothing from the true blues?
Wow.
We can't believe something just because corporate media tells us it's so. Our interests and interests of billionaire media owners like Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos are often in direct opposition. We must ask the tough questions. We must look at voting records. We must consider who's funding each candidate. The information isn't always easy to find, but the truth is out there. Together, we have the power to make America a better place. Together, we can start to make Dr. King's dream a reality. We have a duty to ourselves, our children, and grandchildren to try. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Now let's get to work.
Thank you so much, Hal. I look forward to partnering with you, with Our Revolution Maryland, in making progress on the progressive policies that you referenced today. Thank you so much, Hal, for being here today. Thank you so much. Give it up, Hal Ginsberg. What do we want? Jobs.